This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Welcome into you. I'm Rebecca Smith.
And I'm Bill Bryant. And we're so glad you're with us on WKYT Thursday, January 28th.
Yeah, now it's 6 a.m. The latest on a house explosion in southern Kentucky. It killed 4 people. The community there is remembering the lives lost.
Certainly a lot of grieving there. Also, 2 fires on the same Lexington road just a couple of hours apart this morning. What investigators are saying about it.
And find out why dozens of people are camped out this morning in Lexington. It's not for UK basketball, I'll tell you that.
Looking across the region this morning with some clouds moving on in, and as cold as it is, these clouds may be throwing off a couple of flurries up towards Sadie'ville, heading towards Cynthiana, coming in the north. Now the actual effects come later on tonight and into tomorrow as that front moves on through. Cold this morning, 40s by the afternoon, but the best chance maybe some accumulation comes overnight. We'll talk about that coming up.
And let's get the early crowd up to the minute on the news.
It's been a tough couple of days in Adair County where 4 people were killed in a house explosion.
The victims, which included a 1-year-old, have now been identified. WKYT's Mark Barber is at our live desk this morning with more on how they're being remembered. Very sad story. Mark.
Good morning, Bill. It certainly is terribly sad, and this morning the community is really stepping in to support the victims' families. So far, a GoFundMe page has raised more than $7,000 for the woman who lost her parents and her 1-year-old daughter in the house explosion. State police say that the homeowners, 60-year-old Mitchell Coomer and his wife Lori, died in the explosion that also killed Kinley Rogers, their 1-year-old granddaughter, and Stephen Keltner, a 32-year-old employee. The house that sat off of Highway 206, about 5 miles outside Columbia, erupted into a fireball Tuesday afternoon. Search crews rushed to the home to look for survivors, but they found 4 bodies, 2 inside the house and 2 others outside. This morning, investigators are still trying to figure out how this happened. There are several gas wells on the property. We're told the Coomers may have been working on a truck in their basement when the house exploded. State police still don't know what triggered the explosion that was felt by neighbors a mile away. One man who rushed to the home to help says he found the only survivor, Coomer's son.
He went through the house and couldn't find nobody. After it exploded, he didn't know what happened. And he went through the house and went upstairs and couldn't find nobody.
Amazing grace. The grieving community met in a church not far from the Coomers' home last night to pray for their broken community and to pray for their hurting families, those who lost their loved ones. Now we're told that Coomer's son was the only person who survived the blast because he was on the opposite side of the home when it happened. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
A sad situation for sure. Thanks so much, Mark. Well, a woman accused of leaving a suspicious package outside a Lexington Elementary School will face a judge today. Sharon Melbourne is charged with terroristic threatening. Police say surveillance video shows her putting a fake weapon of mass destruction on the school's property. A school administrator found the device near a dumpster outside of the school. Police will not say exactly what was inside the box, but they say no one was ever in danger. Melbourne is not a Tate's Creek employee or a parent of a student. Well, 6 days later, and last week's winter storm still causing problems in eastern Kentucky. In Breathitt County, firefighters fear the roof of a building could collapse under all the weight of the heavy snow. They've closed all of the businesses inside for now. Firefighters say the roof and some of the businesses already have damage. In Estill County, students are finally returning to school today for the first time in a week. The biggest problem is that many of the rural roads are not suitable for buses to be on. Estill County is operating on a 2-hour delay today. We still have more than 3 dozen school closings and delays. You can find a complete list of those on WKYT.com.
6:04 now on WKYT this morning. We're getting some more details out of Frankfort. Governor Matt Bevin wants to spend $6 billion on Kentucky's roads and bridges over the next 6 years. Bevin says he wants to spend 15% of the money repairing the state's 14,000 bridges. The governor also wants to widen Interstate 75 in Rockcastle County. There have been so many accidents through that area. He wants to widen that interstate there to 6 lanes.
New on WKYT this morning, for the second time, someone tried to set a Lexington apartment complex on fire. Firefighters were called out to the Jennifer Road apartments around 2:30 this morning. They say someone tried to start a fire in a maintenance room. Firefighters say this is the second time this has happened recently. No arrests were made. A couple of hours later, another fire on that same road. This time, firefighters say it started in a trash can, spread to a Lextran bus stop. Firefighters cannot say for sure if the two cases are connected. Police checking to see if a suspect was caught on surveillance video.
The Whitley County Sheriff's Office now has identified two men suspected of breaking into a car right outside of a church. Deputies have warrants out for Joshua Buchanan and William North. They say the men broke into a car outside Goldbug Baptist Church earlier this month. Surveillance cameras from the church caught the men in action. Police say cars outside some other churches were also broken into. All right, here's a question for you this morning. How far would you go to get free chicken for a full year?
A lot of people would do a lot for that. A group of people in Lexington camped out overnight to be one of the first in line at a new chicken joint. And WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain is live in Chevy Chase with the tasty details.
Good morning, guys. You know, I come into work at 4 a.m. There's not typically a lot of people out and about. That wasn't the case this morning. I drove by Joella's Hot Chicken on Cochran this morning, saw tons of people waiting in line. Now Joella's is a new hot chicken place. And to get people excited about their grand opening today, they said the first 100 people in line will get free chicken for a year. So you know what that means? That's right. All these people out here waiting to get their free chicken for a year. Even one guy over there to the left has been here since 8 a.m. yesterday morning, and the line just continues to grow out here. Now, Joella's Hot Chicken is a Louisville-based chain, and it's the first Lexington location right here in Chevy Chase where the old Billy's Barbecue used to be. It's a take on Nashville's classic hot chicken with a little added spice. There's even an option named Fire in the Hole. That's right. One girl out here told me her friend had it and about killed him, so just keep that in mind. Now, the free chicken tickets will be handed out today at 8 a.m., and everyone's excited, including Mitchell Driver of Lexington.
I think it's awesome. I like the idea of free chicken for a year, and I love that.
And you like it enough to wait out in this 20-degree weather?
Yeah, we're pretty warm over in our tent, and yeah, so chicken's good.
And just keep this in mind, chicken for a year for 100 people is worth about $60,000. So these people are the lucky ones who will be getting that free chicken for a year. Live in Lexington, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
All right. Some determined folks out there, right?
Yeah, you know, and they were on the show yesterday, and they brought in some sides, which were actually really good, too, so some vegetable options.
Yeah. Well, the guys earlier said, you know, he's a college guy, needs free chicken. So,
you know,
there you go.
A lot of people do.
6:07 our time. The Kentucky Wildcats were dominant in last night's win over the Missouri Tigers.
The Tigers scored first at that. It was their only lead of the game. The Cats were again led by Tyler Eulis. Skal Labissiere scored 12 points, his most since late November. Highlights of UK's 88-54 win are coming up at 6:30. Up next for Kentucky, a huge road game against fourth-ranked Kansas. Saturday's game is at 7 on ESPN.
All right, should be a good one. Our time right now is 6:08.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Looking across the region, we actually have two systems going to be rolling through. One's extremely weak. One's this morning, and it's really just some clouds out and about, and with the cold temperatures, that's where you could get a couple of flurries. That's what we're seeing about to roll through Cynthiana. And you could really, you really have to zoom in to actually see this. Just move through Sadieville, one coming through Corinth region and heading toward Berry area there in Harrison County. So if you're sitting in, say, Carlisle, Ewing, Mount Olivet, those areas are areas that you could see a few flurries, a couple of flakes. None of this is going to be a problem as it drives right through, and it'll just kind of fade away because the energy is well back toward the north. Next piece of energy comes overnight and into tomorrow morning. Temperatures are there in the teens this morning. Far southern zones, 11 degrees now in Monticello. We're at 16 in Somerset and Science Hill. And then work your way into southern portions of Casey County, Dunnville, Liberty. We're doing all right this morning, but it is downright cold. 25 now coming in Richmond and Berea, Madison County. We go into your afternoon. We're at 43 degrees. Good feeling day. It's really not that bad. Those clouds will start to separate that are over us at this moment for some of us. And so we'll have a mixture of sun and clouds. It's one of those days, if you are under the sunshine at 43, actually feels pretty nice. But if you're under the cloud cover, you'll need a light coat. Off into the night and into tomorrow morning, I'd say starting around that 9 to 10 p.m. time frame, we can start to see a couple of rain showers, but switching over into snow showers overnight. Now, what's the likelihood of us picking up maybe some accumulation? Well, most of us will not have any accumulation. I say it's highly unlikely, Virtually zero across the blue shaded area. That does include Lexington and Point Southwest. It's possible 20–30% chance for you guys, Moorhead, Mountain Parkway, down toward London, which isn't a great chance. And then it's very likely that we actually pick up at least a coating in the mountains down in southeastern Kentucky. A coating to 1 inch max out of this down in southeastern Kentucky. So don't expect a lot of this to be an issue, especially not what we saw just, 5 days ago. Snow in Cynthiana. That's from Lanny Landrum, and she sent that one in. A beautiful shot there on Facebook Pics of the Day. Here's another one. It's kind of cool. If you look at the bottom of this picture, the foreground, you kind of see that blur. Almost looks like it's a blurry picture, but that's actually mist and freezing fog. That's right there in Preston, Kentucky. Ginger Davis sent that one in. It's a really, really neat shot right there. So all in all, this is going to be a night, overnight, and into tomorrow morning. We could add to those snow totals that we have there on the ground already, but we're talking a coating to 1 inch down in southeastern Kentucky. There isn't a big deal out of this one as we travel through the night. Midnight to about 8 a.m. is probably your best bet.
Yeah, this has been very tough. Some areas, we still have like 3 dozen closings and delays this morning. Some schools obviously are going to miss a week out of that wallop.
East and southeastern Kentucky, you know how it goes. These back roads are windy, they're hilly. It's kind of hard to get the kids
little water runs down, refreezes, and you have major troubles.
Exactly.
All right, 6:11 right now. Every morning right here, we bring you weather and traffic together. Here's Officer Don with a check of what's happening on the roads. Good morning, Don.
Hey, good morning, gang. Well, right now it's a quiet start here in Lexington. The roads are in pretty good shape. No problems on the interstate or the circle. Let's get a live look at real-time Lexington rush hour traffic to see what's happening. You can see that things are flowing well inbound Nicholasville Road from Jessamine County. We're watching that. Also on Harrodsburg Road right now coming in past Man of War. Good to go down to the circle through the crossover. No major issues to deal with. And we're looking good on the north side. As far as drive times are concerned, nothing really to impact us so far, at least. On 75 or okay across the Clays Ferry Bridge coming in from Madison County. Also looking good on 64 from Winchester. We'll keep you up to date throughout the morning. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, Don, thank you. You can download our Weather Plus traffic app and really know what's going on before you hit the road or while you're out there if you get stranded. Good to have you with us on WKYT this morning. 6:12 now on your Thursday.
Donald Trump is sticking to his guns. What he will be doing instead of taking part in tonight's GOP presidential debate, he says.
We'll have that story ahead, and trying to plan a romantic dinner for your significant other. We may have a cheap option for you.
Cheap?
Well, still can be nice. It's coming up this morning.
Winter is here, so buy a Subaru or get stuck in something else.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you. WKYT. Millions of dollars in damage, hundreds of boats in need of repair, all thanks to last week's snowstorm. How will the damage affect dock owners and the future of Lake Cumberland? Trouble at the Lake, tonight at 6 on WKYT.
This winter, refuse to lose your mobility. Get yourself a new Go-Anywhere Quantrill Subaru with symmetrical all-wheel drive. Own a new 2016 Subaru starting at only $23,500. For the last 4 years, more people have bought their Subaru from Quantrill than any other dealer in Kentucky.
If you've been in an accident with a semi-truck, let our crash team get started today. Don't delay. Evidence disappears. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
I have so much pride when I say that I'm from here in Kentucky. That statement carries so much with it. I've lived here my whole life, and one of the things I love most about here is the people. Everyone we get to meet has their own unique Kentucky story, and I feel so blessed to get to meet so many different people from across Kentucky and tell their story. There is a difference in local news. Give us a try and see what it means when we say WKYT stands for Kentucky.
Toyota on Nicholasville is so big. Now we need both sides of the street. Introducing the big used car store on Nicholasville. Your certified pre-owned destination. Get the bigger, better Toyota and the lower price. Toyota certified used vehicles come with a factory warranty, roadside assistance, and 0% financing. Choose a Toyota certified used vehicle today at Toyota Nicholasville. The big Toyota store. Where price sells cars. ToyotaOnNicholasville.com.
Spend an evening with James Taylor and his all-star band. The American icon is back on tour. April 24th, Rupp Arena. the multiple Grammy Award-winning James Taylor, and a night full of his biggest hits. Tickets make a great Valentine's gift. On sale Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster. James Taylor, another Beaver production.
Locally owned for over 30 years.
Locally owned for over 40 years.
What's the secret?
Going above and beyond for your patients.
Knowing the people you help each and every day.
Caring about your neighbors.
That's what being a good neighbor pharmacy is all about.
Locally owned.
Locally operated.
Locally loved.
Get to know your neighbor at mygnp.com.
Visit Stephanie's Down Home Pharmacy in Corbin or Thompson's Pharmacy in Harrodsburg.
Set a date with The Talk 5 days a week.
Here we go.
From Major Mondays.
I'm pregnant.
To Fearless Fridays. Make an appointment.
I'm just going to the ladies' room. This is live television.
To share your weekdays with The Talk.
Does anyone have the flu?
On CBS.
This winter, refuse to lose your mobility. Get yourself a new go-anywhere Quantrill Subaru with symmetrical all-wheel drive. Own a new 2016 Subaru starting at only $23,500. For the last 4 years, more people have bought their Subaru from Quantrill than any other dealer in Kentucky.
Hardee's presents the Red, White, and Boom Music Festival 2016.
Jason Aldean, Florida Georgia Line, Thomas Russ, Cole Swindell, Casey Musgraves.
RedWhiteandBoom.com. Why do more people love big?
16 is the time this morning.
It's early.
It is early, but you know, we'll make it through. A little caffeine, a little conversation, right?
Get going.
Well, it looks like the Republican presidential candidates will be debating without their frontrunner.
That's how it appears at this moment, just hours away. Donald Trump says he will stick to his decision to boycott tonight's Iowa debate hosted by Fox News. Trump has said that Fox treated him unfairly and then mocked him. The other GOP candidates are hoping that they can emerge tonight from the long shadow that Trump has cast over the race.
The leader of the armed occupation of a federal wildlife refuge in Oregon is telling followers to go home. An attorney for Ammon Bundy released a statement after Bundy made his first court appearance in Portland yesterday. Bundy and 7 others, including a man from Cincinnati, were arrested Tuesday. 3 more people suspected of being linked to the armed occupation have surrendered.
The iconic flowing water of Niagara Falls could soon turn into just a trickle. New York officials are considering temporarily diverting water from the falls to make some major repairs to 2 old stone bridges that go to Goat Island. The project could mean that water will be diverted for up to 9 months. The spectacle happened once before, back in 1969, when the Army Corps of Engineers did a study on erosion at the falls.
So much talk over the last 48 hours has been about the dewatering. That's not the end, that's a means.
The replacement project could cost $24 million. So far, funding has not been secured. New York officials say the project is still a few years away from beginning and would initially be a tourism draw as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see the falls without water. Is it really a falls at that point? We still have Cumberland Falls here, right? Today, NASA is marking the 30th anniversary of the Challenger disaster. In 1986, the space shuttle exploded over the Atlantic Ocean less than 2 minutes after takeoff, killing all 7 crew members on board. NASA is also paying tribute to the crews of Apollo 1 and the space shuttle Columbia.
The time right now is 6:18. The government will soon vote on whether to let you buy and use cable boxes from companies other than your cable provider. The FCC says it would help bring down costs. The average household pays $231 a year to rent set-top boxes. Unlocking the market could also help companies like Apple, Amazon, and Roku deliver cable. Well, it is the car that traveled back through time and back to the future. Now the DeLorean Motors plans to make about 300 replicas of the stainless steel iconic sports car. They haven't been produced since 1982. The new DeLorean will cost about $100,000 and will be on sale sometime next year. How about a romantic Valentine's Day dinner at Waffle House? For the 9th year, Waffle House is offering a candlelit meal for those who want to take their significant others out for a romantic meal on the cheap. You know who you are. Restaurants are taking reservations for the February 14th event, dubbed It's a Waffle House Love Story. Well, you know, some people love their waffles.
I was going to say, it might take a brave guy to suggest that, but...
or gal.
You got it. We'll see. Probably they'll have big crowds, I'm sure. WKYT this morning is just getting started, and it's wonderful to have you with us. All right, reports of bear sightings right in Lexington's Jacobson Park. How the city's responding, what they found out, that's coming up here in just a few minutes at 6:30.
Teens down south, 20s elsewhere. We're looking for a warmer weekend, but before we get there, we're talking about a front overnight and into tomorrow. Could bring us some snow. I'll have that in your latest forecast coming up.
Why do more people love Big Bang than any other comedy?
I have the soulful eyes of a cow.
I don't know if I'd say... Oh. See for yourself, CBS Tonight. New tonight.
It's happening.
What's happening? The critics are in heaven over Angel from Hell.
An unfortunate turn of phrase.
They call it wonderfully odd, genuinely funny, snappy and smart, fast-paced, off the wall, and a hell of a lot of fun.
Am I overwhelming your tiny human brain?
Jane Lynch is divine.
Heyo.
No, you're not.
Standing by.
A new Angel from Hell, CBS Tonight, or stream it live or on demand.
We have more flights to more of the places you want to go every single day. See for yourself. Visit us today.
You're never far away from a new Toyota. Find the latest offers on your tablet. Check inventory on your phone. Toyota is everywhere you are at buyatoyota.com. Now, during Toyota's Anytime Anywhere event, get the bold 2016 Camry with 0 for 60 financing, plus $500 bonus cash. Get $1,250 customer cash or a $179 a month lease. So visit here and then come in here for your new Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
Looking to fall in love this Valentine's Day? Fall in love with summer at the Kentucky Sport Boat and Recreation Show. Make it a date or bring the entire family. You're going to fall in love with the selection and savings. Shop the latest boats, RVs, and motorsports. Zipline across Rupp Arena with Red River Gorge Zipline. Brought to you by Kentucky Select Chevy Dealers. This year's special guest is everyone's favorite angler, G-Man, Gerald Swindle. Visit the Kentucky Sport Boat and Recreation Show. Brought to you by Lee's Ford Marina.
Clients come into the office. The government has said, no, I don't believe you. You're not disabled.
The major problem with Social Security disability is that most people who sign up are denied at the initial level. If your claim's denied, don't give up. Call us immediately. We'll appeal your case.
We can do an effective job of representing you that will get you the benefits that you deserve.
Call Morgan, Collins, and Yeast, 1-800-55-WILDCAT.
Hey, you know where to find me.
98.1 The Bull.
It's your favorite radio station.
It's the way that we get to you.
Nothing like a great song.
There's nothing like country music.
Officer Dawn and Deanne mornings. 60-minute bull rides all day.
First thing in the morning
and last thing at night.
Better country, 98.1 The Bull.
The best songs.
The biggest artists.
All in one place. 98.1 The Bull.
We'll see you there.
Next Wheel has Teen Best Friends. It's everyone's favorite week when teens take over.
Can I have a hug?
Wheel of Fortune, tonight at 7 on WKYT.
Welcome back. It is 6:23 this morning.
It is. It's early, but here we are, right?
Yeah, we are here. A community is remembering 4 people who were killed in an Adair County house explosion.
And that's what's trending at this hour. State police say the victims are Mitchell and Lori Coomer, their 1-year-old granddaughter, and Stephen Keltner. They think all 4 were inside the home when it exploded and caught fire. Coomer's son was also in the home at the time, but he survived with only minor injuries.
Sharon Melbourne will be arraigned today on a charge of terroristic threatening. Police say surveillance video shows her putting a fake weapon of mass destruction near a dumpster outside Takes Creek Elementary School. Police will not say exactly what was in that box, but they say no one was ever in danger.
In Estill County, students are finally returning to school today for the first time in a week. Estill County is operating on a 2-hour delay this morning. We still have more than 36 school closings and delays. You can find the complete list of those at WKYT.com. All right. right, a little chilly out there. Here's meteorologist Micah Harris with a quick check of the forecast.
Yeah, we have even a couple of flurries, couple of flakes, but this weak system, there's two systems, not fronts, but just boundaries going to be making its way through today. One today, one tonight. So you see this one this morning, maybe a few flakes falling there, Cynthiana downtown, and rolling through 27, heading toward Carlisle as you work your way up 68, and also places like Paris, North Middletown. You guys are next in line. There's not much with this, but a few flakes, couple of flurries. There is that possibility of that reaching the ground. If you have any reports of that in Harrison County, tweet me, Micah Harris WX, or on Facebook, Micah Harris WKYT. Let me know what you're seeing out there. Temperatures are there in the teens and also 20s. It's a cold start to the day. There's no doubt about that frosty start with a few flurries, a couple of flakes. But for the most part, we're looking overnight because 43 degrees sounds really good, right? But it doesn't last long. It just lasts for today, overnight, and into tomorrow morning. Here comes a front, and that's going to bring us a few flakes overnight with the possibility of a few of us picking up some accumulation. Now, I'll talk about who's going to be seeing that and how much coming up in a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then. We thank you, Micah. It's 6:25 now. And there's this new study that's been released by the insurance industry. It says vehicles equipped with automatic braking or front collision warning are less likely to cause a rear-end crash.
The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety says automatic braking can reduce rear-end crashes by 40%. Front collision warning, which warns the driver but doesn't brake, cuts the risk of a rear-end crash by 23%. If you like dimples and tiny smiles, you'll love the newest Gerber baby.
Take a look. This 7-month-old named Isla has just won the annual Gerber Baby Photo Contest, and she looks quite pleased about winning it there with that big grin. The winning photo shows Isla from Troy, Michigan, grinning confidently under a shock of brown hair, her face resting on the side there with a little chubby hand you see off to the side as well. She just looks real cute, doesn't she?
Oh, she's a doll. Love it.
You'll be seeing a lot of her.
So we go from a picture of a baby to a picture of a potato that has sold for $1 million.
Well, here's why. This pic of an Irish spud was the spud, right? Yeah. Spelled spud in our script here. But anyway, I was taken by celebrity photographer Kevin Abosh. He is known for his portraits of famous people, including Yoko Ono. A European businessman saw it while dining at the photographer's home in Paris. If the sale price is verified, it will be the 15th most expensive photo ever sold.
Are you serious? I mean, come on. Are you serious?
Let's go take some potato photos. What do you say?
I mean, shoot, it looks like a rock. I don't know.
Well, I know. Expensive one.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rolling toward 6:27, bright and early here on your Thursday morning. Glad you're with us. That weekend is in sight. It's coming up around the bend.
It's there, right? When WKYT This Morning returns, a Lexington cancer patient got some much-needed help from a pair of state troopers during last week's major winter storm.
It's a wonderful story. We'll have that for you. Also, Friday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $56 million. Saturday night's Powerball jackpot, $96 million. We're coming right back on WKYT.